This is so annoying. We've been going at this for the full 2 weeks here. There's this dial. It goes from 0 to 7. And no matter where we turn it, the milk is always freezing. And we can't tell which direction is the right way, which one's making it colder. Alright, today is a good day. First off, I went to math, aced the quiz. Feel really good about that. I even wrote in my notebook like, "Nice job, Zane, you worked so hard, you did amazing." That was funny. Next time I look back at my notebook at that, I'll probably cringe. But it felt really good at the time, and I wanted to compliment myself. And then after math, then the topic we learned in math today, I understood really well. Just basic derivatives of and antiderivatives and integrals of these vectors, which were pretty easy and fun to just mess around with because I didn't have to worry about learning it because I understood it. Then I went to Professor Neal's office to ask about criteria for my engine. Okay, so one sad thing is because there's so many people assigned to make parts and stuff, I'm not allowed to have my idea with interchangeable parts where this piston's bigger than this, or this I could try on different flywheels and different crank discs and stuff. So that's sad, but it's a lot less work for me and I don't have to make a lot less parts. Second, if you have more than 2 or 3 pistons, he's going to disown you. And at first I'm like, okay, I kind of want to make a V8 though. Do I risk being disowned? But then he went on to say like most dual acting like 2 pistons or double intake per piston just pistons in general don't work as good as if you just take it off and make it a singular piston. And because people don't realize that when piston's going like this and intake's coming in, it's not like instantly the hole's there. No, it warms up to it and then a little bit of air comes in and a little air escapes. So there's this point where the piston's like having forces on either way, and the more forces, the more it slows down. So I think I either gotta find a way to fix that or just do a single piston. Problem though is I also asked you could only have max two hoses, and one of those hoses 2 hoses, and they have to be going to a piston. So if you only have 1 piston, you only get 1 hose. So I'm not going to be able to have a separate hose as a lever in order to disconnect the flywheel from the rest of the engine so it could spin during coast. So either I reroute some of the air to that, which is not a good idea, or I find some mechanical way. I'm thinking like a bike, in order to get the flywheel to spin on its own. So I think I'm going to do research into how a bike does its wheel thing, or maybe come up with new design. I'm not sure. I'm gonna read out here for a bit, and then head to personhood. It's really nice and warm out, and yeah, it's a good day. Here's today's half-an-hour workshop on a lock piece. This one is, I'm not going to try pronouncing it, but here it is. Engineering Your Soul meeting, where all the engineers go together and read that scripture book and debate it and whatever you can call it. I don't know. Alright, finish a session of brainstorming for the engine, and I gotta not get carried away with that because I've got other homework I need to do. I'm gonna do math homework and then read the Bible. See what time it is after that. Alright, my brain's completely dead. I'm super tired, so I can't seem to get any more math done. I'm gonna finish reading my section for Bible and then I'm gonna go to bed. I don't think I could get any more done. And hopefully I'll have time tomorrow. Most likely won't practice piano. It's also my first day volunteering at the prototype maker hub lab thing, so that's exciting. Hopefully not too boring. We'll see. I really need to I need to try taking a nap today, or set a goal to get to bed by like at least 11, because I am completely exhausted, tired, and I can't. Can't keep this up. I might have to, like, not practice as much piano or something. I don't know. We'll see. Heading to engineering now. These are some of my new idea sketches this morning. And I'll tell you how class goes and what we learn next. Alright, I just got back from engineering and I can use a separate air hose as a mechanic, so I'm gonna be thinking about that for some time now. You just love it when great ideas come to you while you're going to the bathroom. I was peeing, not pooing. But, someone heard me from outside. I'm not able to manufacture multiple different, like, crank discs and flywheels and parts. But I can make a crank disc that has multiple places to put the pins, and then adjust that accordingly, so then I can adjust my my piston and my layout and test it out to see which has the best speed, best torque, and which goes the longest and stuff, which is awesome. Maybe I need to go to the bathroom more often so I have more of those ideas. Pretty small. No. Wait. Alright, I'm heading to the Maker Hub for my hour shift, and I've been having a hard time getting myself to work on other pieces of homework because I just want to work on my engine design. And what I realized is I thought I figured it out. I thought I figured out how I can have different flywheel sizes using the same piston. However, when you have a smaller flywheel size, there's less travel up the piston inside the piston cylinder. So I thought, hey, I'd fix that. I would just extend the piston using threading it, so then I could thread it to the right size. Still doesn't fix it. That still doesn't have the same size. So if I am going to do this, which is becoming more and more unlikely, is that I have to figure out a way to make it so with the same piston I can change the stroke. I don't know, unless I want to just make it a proof of concept and show that, I don't know, like I want to show this mechanism I worked out. It's kind of like a clutch and it's super cool, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, and it's annoying because I really want to show it off. I really want to be like, I thought of that. It'd be so cool, but I don't know, I'll get back to you after my shift. Alright, I'm at the end of my shift. I've been here by myself because my fellow person who works here during my shift is not here. Haven't met him. And pretty much they just said, just make sure no one does anything bad. They didn't taught me anything or figure stuff out. So I've been here by myself, and I figured out about this job log, and I'm doing some research here on my computer, and I started another sword print of my own, and David came in and I helped him work on a little group. And not many people come at this time of day, so it's going to be a lot of just sitting and getting homework done. Heading back to my room, going to do some Bible, calculus, and then head to dinner. Alright, just finished my Bible and math, and it is 8:30, and I'm done with all my homework. That never happens. I actually get to go to bed at a reasonable time. But I'm going to work on my engineering, hopefully fix that problem, get to put in my earbuds and listen to my Endgame and Dark Phoenix soundtrack, and I'll tell you how that goes. Alright, well, I took a break from the piston, different size crank disc and connecting rod idea, and went back to designing my disengaging mechanism, and I've got what I want. It's going to be hard to machine. Hopefully he's okay with it. I'm fine with making it out of wood and stuff because I could figure out how to do that, but pretty much there's only one part I need to figure out now. But right now the spring holds this piece back, but I need to find a way to have it connected to begin with. But air comes through here, this is just this side, and pushes these rods on the inside here, pushes this up there, and this right here rests on top of that axle, so it would slide in and start spinning. But as soon as the air is cut off, that spring will pull this piece back, disconnecting the flywheel from the main piston assembly. What I have to figure out now, though, is how to have this connected somehow at the beginning to negate the spring somehow, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Got it. I think I've got my idea. I wanted to quickly explain it before I forgot, because I don't think I could draw this. But if I hook it halfway, so this isn't fully pressed on here, but halfway, so then it's connected, but as soon as it's pushed further, it disconnects and won't come back again. That will hold it together. I think that's going to work perfectly. Yes, Zaid. You're amazing. Oh yeah, baby. Check it out. Now I just gotta figure out what I'm doing with the pistons. Actually, I lied. I am going to go brush my teeth, take my contacts out, and get ready for bed, because I'm low on sleep, and it is 10:20 right now, and I can take advantage of that. I can think about the piston tomorrow. Good night. Alright, I'm sitting in bed right now. Gonna try to fall asleep. And I'm just really happy. I'm really glad I got my ideas down on paper and figured stuff out. And didn't have as much homework, and I'm really excited to build this engine, and I'm just really grateful. And it's moments like, it's not like normally at George Fox, you know, there's a lot of opportunities where they bring up God and stuff, but a lot of the times I don't really feel it as much. But it's when I have like these really happy moments that I'm like, thank you, God, for like giving me the brain, giving me this opportunity, and this like these well, I don't know if they're successful ideas, but these things that seem to work in my head, and they are so much fun to write down on paper, and solving these problems, and I just really enjoy that, and I'm really grateful. I'll see you in the morning. Love you, God. I love you, God. Yeah. Alright, heading to calculus right now. I spent the morning designing my engine, and I've got at least everything functional. Whether I add the complexities I want to, but whether I will or not, I'm not sure yet. I'll show you and explain to you what I've got so far once I'm done with my morning classes. Alright, classes have been good. Math, Theo, and personhood. I got a little reflection I need to write for personhood, and take a preview at what like our pre-assessment for the midterm. So that'll be interesting. Then this is the clear sword. It doesn't go as far out as the pink one. I gotta work at it a bit better, but still cool. I like the pink one better, but I guess maybe I'll have to print another one on my next shift. And once I get done with that homework, and if I have time before choir, I will continue brainstorming my engine design. Well, I'm still struggling with the engine, and I really want to, because I had all these really great ideas, but I want to showcase them, but they're just not as compatible as I wish they were, and I'm leaning on it not working out as well, but I'm not sure. But I'm in the practice room right now, and this is what I got for this week's focus piece. I don't know. I only spent like maybe 10 minutes on it already today, and I think I've got it pretty much down, even though I sometimes mess up a bit. But and let me try again.
you guys hear me? Hi! How you doing? Thank you. I hope it's happening. You know, we just want to take this time, and I know it's a worship night, and I remember being called a few years ago, and having the greatest depression of my life, and so I really pray that this night will really just be a release for each one of you guys. So I just want you to close your eyes real quick. We just love prayer with you again. And if you can't, just stretch your hands just right here. I want you to repeat this after me. Say,
your glory, every burning heart be glad. The earth will shout your praise, our hearts will cry, these bones will sing. Great are you, your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, you only. Your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise, it's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, you only. Just got done with Vespers. It's just an hour long of worship, and I thought it was just a preaching, so I actually I brought my engineering book, and I was going to, listen while also, brainstorming ideas for my project. But God had different plans for me, obviously, so I went. It was a really good worship service. I didn't touch the journal at all because it was dark out, and it's different to not be singing than just to not be listening to the preacher. And I actually put my hands in the air, which is unusual, to say the least. So I felt pretty good about that, and I'm going to go finish my engineering, and I will tell you whether, I need to finish it tonight, so I'll show you my successful model, hopefully, fingers crossed. Maybe because I went to this service, God will give me inspiration. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Alright, here's what I got so far for the three piston designs. The three variations of the same piston. These corner pieces are going to be pulled in to the middle via string, and then there's these spacers you could put in. So I'll have large, middle, and small, as you can see here. So like you'll have these straight pipes in here, and if I wanted to, I'd take off the spring, move those pieces off, put in the spacer, and then put those back on. And then this whole module is going to be able to shift over so that the connecting rod will be able to change size, so that I can get, let's see if I've got a drawing. So I have something like this. So I have this size flywheel with that diameter of piston, and then I could shift the whole thing over to have this small of a piston for this small flywheel, and then that size of piston for this size flywheel. So now all I gotta do is finish it out and draw it in this model, and then photocopy it because I don't want to turn in my notebook.
And then win 2 categories.
Hopefully.
Definitely.
Not really.
Definitely.
Alright, I need to get my math homework done for tonight. I've been procrastinating that because I've been having fun with this, but I'm finally done with my model, and it is super complicated, and I would be really lucky if he let me did it. So here's my mini description of it. Here is the first couple components. So I have this cool mechanism here to decide where the air goes. This little lever here puts it at small, medium, or large size of piston. Air comes accordingly to that. And here's my valve plate connected to here. If it's at this first position here, then it's at large. I'd have these two spacers in between here for those pieces, those being held by a spring. So that's rotating like crazy. And then this goes to my flywheel and coaster, but that's on the other page. If I wanted to convert it to medium, oh, and lastly, I have this here, which I could pull back, and it switches between single acting piston, where the air is only pushing and retracting just because of the flywheel, to dual, where it's pushing this way and this way from these pipes. If I wanted to switch to medium, I'd pull this back. This would come with it. Whether it's at dual or single, that would be what it was previously at. Then would go through the new pipes, coming into the new holes here, but it wouldn't work unless I already took out one of these spacers and put it back together with the smaller one, adjusted my piston to the cording size, and attached it to the appropriate end of the crank disc. And now, like I've already shown you, this is what my end of the coast crank disc. This is the one end of the crankshaft. This I think would actually be easier just if it's just a square, because then this could be a square. It's a lot easier to manufacture. Air comes in here, 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 and here, pushes this piston here. This is at first held up by this little chain here, so as soon as air enters, it pushes into here, but though it's already connected, spinning the flywheel. So when the air cuts off, this chain's already fallen off, so the spring can pull all the way off. All that because no more air supporting these tiny little piston heads, and the flywheel spins on its own. And now I'm going to do my math and get to bed. Whew! I don't know if he's going... Here, let me point at you. I don't know if he's going to... Okay. I know if I am going to do all this stuff, it's going to take some convincing. But I'm really happy with everything I was able to design. And maybe I could make a form of it just out of wood, and that not be my final model. I don't know, but no matter what happens, it's going to be a fun project. I don't care if I win, it'll look cool. Heading to engineering this morning. Got a nice little shave, and it's pretty chilly out, so I'm wearing my gray coat. I'll tell you how class goes and what the plan is with my engine.
No, I don't have another class till 8.
Holy cow. So much for engineering now. Okay, so we have to have our conceptual drawings done, and so I already got that completed. And now we have this memo. Oh, you just write a memo. No. Okay, so we have this week to completely flesh out every measurement, every drawing, make an orthographic drawing, isometric drawing, bill of materials, size of drill holes, explanation memo of your goals and the components of each part. Yeah, I could show you when I get to the dorm, but it is so much, and I don't know what I'm gonna. I think my plan is to completely to do all the components from a coast mechanic, because that is for sure going to happen. That's going to be on my engine no matter what. And then depending on how long that takes, and figuring out and figuring out what, like, how much it's going to cost machine-wise and everything, then I can determine what the complexities I'm going to do on my piston or not. And I also need to watch these videos and get certified for using the mill shop and sign up for trainings. So I'm actually going to do that now before I have my online writing assignment, and try to be one of the first people trained so I could get going on actually building the engine if I have it already designed. Alright, I just got finished on our online reading assignment, a little text analysis, and here's my plan. So I'm going to get done all my homework. So normally I wait on math, I wait on that till later in the day because that's when I feel like I want to do it. And normally during the day I don't want to do math for some reason, even though I like it. I don't know. But I'm going to get that all done now. Let me check. I've got math. I think I just have math because I finished writing. Nothing for Bible yet. Personhood, I could look at this weekend. Calculus, that's what I got to work on. And then engineering. I work today again at 3 this time. Maybe I'll get some lessons on using the laser cutter and stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to get my math done. I'm going to and then I'm going to watch the videos and get certified for the milling equipment for the shop. And then I'm going to jump straight into the memo. And I don't know how complex I'm going to make my engine, but I'll figure out what's I can handle. And then I think I might go a little bit over that to challenge myself, and I'll call it good. Just finished calling my mom because she asked me how I was doing. I decided to call her, and I decided the brilliant idea of taping my two swords together. So now you walk up like it closed, and then now one spin and it's completely out, and it's really cool. I'll have to go hit someone with it. Heading to the prototype lab right now. Hopefully someone's there that can show me how to use the laser cutter. Sweet. Okay, so I just got back from my shift at the Maker Hub at the prototype lab, and hey Jared, where are you heading? Oh, there you go. And I don't remember. Shoot, I already forgot her name. I think it was Emily Hawes or Hayes or something. I'm not sure, but she's one of the students actually hired to run the prototype lab, and she was helping out the person in front of me, and I asked her to stay after. I asked her to
Forgot a mask.
there you go.
Thanks. The thing closes in like 10 minutes.
Oh, well, you better hurry.
Yep.
If she could run me through using the laser cutter and stuff. She actually stayed the full hour with me. And my partner for that shift actually was there this time, a different guy. And ran through how to use the program, how to send to laser cutter, how to cut stuff. And I think at some point later today, or at some point when I need a break, I'm going to I'll head over and maybe test out cutting out one of those pieces. Ooh, I just had an idea. Maybe I can design a new insert. Oh, perfect. That can go in here. That'd be cool. And lastly, David told me about a surfer guy, one of the counselors here who's starting a surf club, and I talked to him, and in a couple weeks I think they're going to head down and do something, so I'll be a part of that. I'm going to work on engineering now and continue to do that for the rest of the day, most likely. Just took a half an hour nap. I've got engineering to do for the rest of the day. I don't know how much I'll get done, but I'll keep you guys updated. This sucks. I got caught up studying, and I thought dinner ended at 8, but I think it ended at 7:30 because I just went there and it was closed. So I guess I'm going to be making myself a sandwich and fruit, and I guess anything else I could find. Oh, I might just have granola for dinner, and then get back to studying. I just stopped by this it's a fair with all the clubs and stuff, and they're giving out free stuff, and I wanted to go in this one because they were giving out donuts, but it was some girl student union thing, and I didn't know if that was something I was supposed to go participate in, or hello, I didn't even recognize you with your mask. Yep, so I think I've got a banana, and I'll just have some granola and maybe I'll have peanut butter and banana. That sounds good. That'll be my dinner. Oh yeah, so we just got a whole bunch of emails about our to-do list from our professor. And first we have this large email about everything we have to do, and at the end he wanted us to email him that if we were still reading through the email to send that we did and we understand it all, and I did. And then shortly after, actually that's not applicable, but then here, congrats to the machine shop training. Zaid, Faculty, David P, Warren, M, and are on the training schedule. Nice job. Unofficial extra credit coming to you for being anti-procrastinators, because we already got signed up for the mill and did that first. So sweet, we're on his good side. Here's what my equation sheet looks like for the larger of the pistons, and I'll show you what the numbers I got from them are. I chose the length of my piston to be 5 inches, the length from my pivot to the crankshaft axle or crank disc, 5 inches, radius of the crank disc, and the distance from the center pivot to the end to be that distance, and I was able to solve for everything else pretty much. So that's my drawing for L1, and I'm going to do L2 and L3. I mean M and S for medium and small size piston. And lastly, our RA Patrick showed us his design for his engine on coast, and he had a really simple screwing mechanism that just when the air pressure turned off, the flywheel released, and It's super simple, but I'm going to stick with my design because that's what I came up with, even though his is a lot better, more cost effective, and mine might look cooler, more complex, but I'm worried about running out of money, honestly, at this point. So we'll see what I end up doing. Alright, so I have the 3 configurations done, but I realize now that the smallest configuration won't work because it doesn't spin enough. This hole doesn't move up and down enough. So I tried changing some stuff, but then that would affect all of these, and right now my brain's too tired and I don't want to mess up my stuff that actually works. I'll probably have to just do it on a different piece of paper, I realize now, but I'll work on that in the morning. And if it's taking me this much time to do the equations, I certainly hope I can gain some of that time back in drawing my orthographic drawings. And right now, because this has become such a key feature, while lots of other people have done different coast mechanics, I might actually focus on this more than the actual coast. And if things don't work well, then maybe I will use a branched off idea like Patrick's that doesn't use air but uses some mechanism to disengage. So we'll figure out how that goes. Good night, engineering. Alright, so it's another one of those days where similar to when I was building my board games in high school and stuff, that I can't fall asleep because I keep getting ideas. I tried to go to bed at 11 last night, but for the first half an hour just laying in bed thinking. Then I took my engineering sheet and sat just in my shorts outside of the room where there was light and spent an hour getting ideas. I was able to take so Patrick, his idea, I didn't want to, it was a great idea and I didn't want to copy it because it was his. I didn't come up with it on my own, but it did inspire me to think like, okay, yeah, it is possible to have a really good design that's not air pressured, and therefore it's a lot simpler. So I was able to figure out how to use my same mechanic I wanted to use, but as just 3D printed parts without air pressure. So that's good. And the weird part is I woke up right when my alarm woke up. I was already a little bit awake before, and I thought I'd be really tired because, you know, that's only 6.5 hours of sleep. But I'm not for some reason, so I don't know what that tells you. I mean, I am tired, but I'm not as tired as I am other nights. Maybe it's because I took a nap yesterday, but I'm not sure. I'm also really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat and then figure out what I'm doing after that. Engineering, Bible, writing, and prepare for math today. Hey, I just fixed my equations and figured out what was wrong. I had to make sure the angle was actually what remained constant, and instead of deciding the distance from the pivot to the piston and the length of the piston, I had that be the variables finding for. So originally I had, for example, this is the smallest configuration. Originally I had this at 3 inches apart, I believe. No. Yeah, I had it 3 inches apart, so it was way over here. And that didn't work. But if I bring it up this close, to 1.67 inches apart, then it does work. And I believe I'm alright in terms of it's not going to hit the crank. It's not going to hit that. I think I'm good. Yeah. We'll see. I'm going to go do math. I'm going to first brush my teeth and dump out my cereal, and then I'm going to do math and Bible. I thought I'd showcase what people have been writing on their Boris, this is a funny one. You say peacock, no one says a word. You say poop cock, and the crowd goes wild. And then this is Kevin's room. Also Kevin's room. Kevin vented, pooped in the vent. Kevin sus. A whole bunch of stuff for Kevin. Day since Kevin. This is Patrick's room. Day since last accident. Day since the freak eye invasion. McChicken. I'm showing all the so funny story. I just got back from lunch and I sat down with these girls from Edwards and they were talking about their favorite colors and stuff, and one of them was talking about our favorite color was blue and that there's a person that goes to Edwards that drives this awesome blue Mustang that's the perfect color. And then I said, hey, that's my roommate, we're best friends, I bet I could hook up a ride. I bet I could hook up a ride with them. And she got excited, said she'd love to do that. So now I'm about to go ahead and talk to David. She's not David's type, but I think that would still be an awesome experience for him. And who knows? I think that'd be really fun. All right, I'm heading to choir right now. And I talked to David, and he actually has played ping pong with Carly was her name, and would be up to doing it. So I'm going to leave that to their own terms, but I'll keep you updated if they end up going on a ride. That'd be funny. It's crazy. How much faster did the barrel make and stuff?
Before it was just under 150, now they're just under 200.
Under 2? How do you measure that?
There's like a meter with it, but we're just kind of guesstimating and using the knowledge of those nerds at Nerf.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, because you showed them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
Did they have one?
The Nerf Club is going to maybe buy one.
Okay, yeah,
For
that'd
like
be cool.
$50 or something. Like
So
a
we
cheap
can-
one, not super precise. But
Yeah.
I think the nice ones are like $200. The nice
How
ones.
expensive are springs? Does it like
The spring, like,
vary?
$8.
$7.
Yeah. The one I was looking at was 8, but I didn't end up going.
The
for
Like,
that.
barrel
just springs
for me
in
was free.
general.
Because
Can they get expensive?
I mean, I'm sure depending
not
on like
usually.
Yeah.
the kind of material in the spring and like how
You
big
could.
it is.
I think
but
max 10 usually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't see what you need a huge spring for unless you're doing like a big.
Anything needs to
Whoa. Wait, I have it now. Let's go do
Kevin's trying to make me
Kevin,
go to carry
chemistry. Let's go do some chemistry.
Oh, nice. Hey.
Come, son. I'm punishing you.
He's unfazed. He doesn't even feel it. Put him out the door. Push him out the. No, you should have put him out the exit door.
And then closed it. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I got this email this morning about a pickup soccer game happening on Friday nights, and even though I've got a ton of homework this weekend, I wanted to go see what that was about. So I'm going to head to that, see if it's fun. If it's not fun, I'll leave early. I don't know if David's coming. He might be coming, and then we'll or I will go get milk because we're out of milk, and anything else that tastes good. That's not too expensive. That is also healthy for you. Decided not to go to soccer because this week it's going to be super busy, and I thought if I was going to choose one, I probably should either do swing dancing or soccer, and I'd prefer swing dancing, so I'm going to do that instead. Tomorrow night, and I started working on my engineering drawings, and they're taking forever. So it's pretty fun. I don't mind it. It's just tedious, and it's so much easier on SolidWorks, but and I've got a ton of components, but we'll see how far I can get. All right. Okay. So I was doing my equations and stuff. I mean, I was drawing stuff out, and all of a sudden I hit a wall. And that wall was that. Here, let me grab the sheet. I'm making copies because the worst thing that could happen is that I lose these sheets because I've spent many hours drawing them up, and they've got all my dimensions and everything. So I just made 2 copies. But so the wall I hit was I can't easily show it on the paper. Was pretty much I'm having all these modular convertible parts, and my idea, inspired by these swords, was to have my connecting rod or my piston that goes from my crank disc to the piston head to be like this, where at the smallest, here, let me put the screen, where this would be the smallest, this is the piston head and this is where it's rotating on. This would be the small section, this would be the medium, and this 3 would be maybe my no, I actually only plan on doing, and this would be the large, and these would either be twist, righty tighty, lefty loosey, or I'd have a pin that would go in. But I realized is this would have to be 1.6. Equations. This would have to be 1.6 inches, and the length of my large one was 5 inches. So there's no way I was going to easily able to do that. But I did figure it out. But at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be sitting here grinding for a long time. You know what would be cool? A time lapse. So that's what you guys just saw. I don't know how well it turned out. I haven't watched at it. I had to stop it because my phone's almost dead. And actually, it looks like my phone's about to die, so I'm going to quickly pause you now. Man, I wish my phone hadn't died, because I just went down to the lobby just to see what people were doing, and there's like a ton of people hanging out, chilling. I got another nail done. I'm not sure if you saw. I got this one done by one person, just a single one, a long time ago, and now I don't know if you can tell on my foot. Yeah, right there. Just one black one, and it just looks like I like chopped off my toe or something whenever I'm on a black rug or something. I don't know. Everyone else is dyeing their hair and stuff, so they wanted me to do it, and I'm like, I won't do it. I'll do one toe. But that was cool. Lots of people have been asking about my engine because apparently it spread somewhat that I'm doing something a little crazy. But I actually, here, let me check my to-do list. Oh shoot, I forgot I had to study for calculus. But so I have these drawings. Actually, let's see all I have to do. So I'm halfway done with my drawing. So maybe that was like 3-4 hours. So I think I have maybe 2 to 3 hours left of these drawings. And then what else do I have to do for this project? Oh, whoops! I'm turning the wrong way. Yeah, all I gotta do is finish the drawings and get a bill of materials, and I don't know what my bill of materials is going to be like. I have a feeling it is going to be over to begin with, so I'm going to have to either cut stuff away. But I think that's going to be where the next majority of my grind is. I still have to figure out my valve plate and base of my piston, like the shape and how I could conserve material the most while still support everything well. I also came up with a cool flywheel design because everyone else has like just pure metal or maybe acrylic with weights. But if I just have a big acrylic one with rods of metal, then I'll have all the weight on the outside, but it should be relatively cheap. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm gonna head to bed now, get some sleep, wake up and chop some wood in the morning, and then start another fresh day. It's gonna be nice. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Jesus, for, yeah, just thank you. All right, I'm off to the races. Gonna go chop some wood. Got my boots, my work pants, my coat. It's raining outside, so I also have a beanie. Yeah, should be pretty fun. I also have gloves, which is a good thing. First time it's rained here, or at least I've seen or been in the rain since I've been here at campus and at Newburgh. Fargo.
What's it about? You gotta watch it.
This was the machine I was operating. I was the one putting in the wood while someone else was doing the lever. So that switched, and we. Hot water. All that wood is from today. It's a lot of fun, actually.
I do.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I didn't know you were in RA for class. Yeah.
Alright, I'm in Fred Meyer right now, going to get some milk, granola bars, and I think that's it. And then I think I want to go get some gas, and if I find any, I might grab a compass. I don't know where I could find that anywhere, but I'll look. And then also at the wood ministry thing, I did, some girls wanted to run the woodcutters, so I took the second axe, someone else was going at it, and chopped the wood for the rest of the time, which was a lot of fun. It's like 11:30 now, so I'm losing hours in the day to work on engineering, but I felt really happy about that. That was a fun experience, chopping wood. Right, I got maybe a little too much food and chocolate milk because I didn't have gallon stuff, and a better trash can. So now I'm going to head out. I'm going to get some gas. Took me a lot longer than expected. I'll probably get back at maybe like 1-ish, and I'll see what my workload is looking like then. My goal is to finish my rough draft for my essay today, and I've never annotated before, but he wanted us to annotate before, and wow, it's kind of fun seeing the end product and seeing how crazy everything is. But I'm pretty sure this will definitely help make me analyzing the section I chose pretty easy. And once I finish the essay, I'm going to work on my chapter in math in the book, and that's, I believe, all. That'll be all I have for this week. I mean, for today. Then tomorrow I'll also do more calculus, and I'll do the Bible, and I'll do engineering whenever I'm done with either of those things both days. And then I've got a swing dance tonight. Man, my personhood class, psychology, just went over the topic of something called individuality and connectedness, and it's literally perfect in sync with this book. So my introduction Like, I didn't use any online resources or stuff, so they can't like copy, call me for plagiarizing, because none of this is online or anything. We came up with these definitions in class, and it's literally perfect for this book. And I don't think I've made a thesis or an introduction paragraph like that sounds this good. I'll read it to you guys. Individuality and connectedness. Identity is the recognition by a person of the physical, psychological, and interpersonal characteristics that make them uniquely who they are. Generally, such a person comes to this awareness in adolescence, when they realize that they can have different opinions and views than their parents. But in some cases, it's not until that person leaves their household that they realize their parents' perspective isn't divine truth. Such is the case in the memoir Educated by Tara Westover, whereas Westover struggles to maintain her own sense of identity and worldview as she becomes educated, simultaneously with a connection to her father, who has overpowering opposing beliefs. In the end, had Westover chosen a connection with her father over her own developed individuality, not only would all the years of education and resistance to her father had been for nothing, but she would be dragged into an inescapable, aimless void of regret and self-loathing. Boom. I'm sorry, Miss Kelly, but you, even though your classes were super not fun, you did prepare us for essay writing, so I guess I'm kind of grateful. Man, it feels good. Right, swing dance is in 50 minutes. I'm fine if I show up 15 minutes late, but I'm going to get this essay done, so I don't have to worry about it for the weekend. And then when I get back, I'll get my math done and spend the rest of the time on engineering. Let's do this. Alright, just got done with the swing dance, which was a ton of fun this time. I'm officially an ambassador of the swing dance committee, so that's fun. And let's see what happened. I showed up, everyone was partnered, odd number, so I just left and I came back later and helped a couple of people start. I danced with, let's see if I can remember all their names. I didn't dance with Honor, but I danced with Avery, Anna, not Ava, Julia. Julia is actually a good swing dancer. She taught me 3 new moves. I learned like 5 new moves today, and I don't remember all of them. Maybe I should write them down or something, but I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Anyone else? Bella, of course. I didn't recognize her again. I danced with her roommate, Anna, another Anna, who killed a bear with a gun at age 12, and she likes archery and stuff. She was in Alaska. That's where she's from. That was really cool. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it's really fun. And after everyone chilled and the thing was done, I taught. I waltzed, didn't cha-cha this time, but tangoed and did a little bit of polka with Avery and. I also learned a new dip with Julia, and that was really scary because she's completely fine with dropping, but it took one drop and I got it. But it's where you send her out, and then you pull her back in, send her out, pull her back in, usual. But then you send her out, and when you pull her back in, instead of catching her, you hold her 2 hands and you drop her and then lift her back up. I don't know what it's called, but it's a fun move. I think I'll only be doing it with her. And then we tried to learn a new move that I had the idea of, is where somehow I bend over and they roll over my back, but we couldn't figure out how to get to that part, how to give them enough momentum and cue them to go over my back. But I don't know. It's really fun. Lots of refreshers on swing dancing. I think I'm going to get a notebook and just write my swing dance moves down so I don't forget any. All right, back to studying. Finish math and engineering, or some of my engineering. All right, it's currently 2 a.m. I have church in the morning, but not till late. I'm debating whether I should just get 5 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep. Do I wake up at 7 a.m. and get as much engineering and homework done as I can? Maybe I take a nap then, or do I sleep until 8? What do? I've spent this whole time doing engineering and had my goal that I wanted to finish all my drawings except the valve plate, but I still wanted to get a drawing of that, and I have not finished all my drawings. I haven't gotten to the base and support yet, and I'm falling behind what I think I'm capable of doing. I don't know what to do. But I'm gonna go to bed now, and I think I need the sleep. I don't know though. If I wake up early, I could take a nap. That might make more sense. 6 hours of sleep, that's crazy. Or 5 hours. I'm just gonna do 6. I need 6. I should have just gone to bed at 1. Oh, what was I thinking? Okay, I'll get 6 hours of sleep, and I'll go to bed at 1 next time. Alright, woke up, got significant amount of engineering done, wasn't too tired at 8, heading to a new church now at 10:30. It's walking distance away, which is cool. And I'm right now doing my laundry before we head out. It's got 1 minute left on the dryer. Also starting to get acne. So I started putting I normally put acne wash in the shower, but now I need to put some on at night. Hopefully it goes away or it doesn't get worse. Just went to a church called Friends Church, which was alright. I didn't it's a beautiful church, but didn't like the worship as much. How much? Homework.
Yeah, and I gotta get back to my drawing. So.
Yeah.
And other homework that we have from other classes.
No kidding. I wish it was just engineering.
Oh, if it was just engineering, I'd actually have fun.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I like bio, but it's just it's like lab reports.
I used to enjoy math, but now that I have engineering, that's so much more fun. Math is just tedious.
And did you hear that we have 2 Theo lectures this week?
Oh, we have to go to Wednesday at another time?
No, we have 2 lecture videos with Theo.
Ooh. I'm gonna. So, I normally do those in the middle of the day, but I realized I could just do those late at night and do my math and stuff now.
That's that.
So.
When your brain is cooking.
Yeah, rather than waiting on doing that.
True.
Yeah.
Howdy. How's it going?
Good. I ran to church and back.
Oh, yeah.
And this is not the outfit. I didn't realize I was running till there weren't enough seats in the car.
Oh, gee.
There's one more person that I thought was going, and I didn't want to go back and get my keys, so I just ran there.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's a good workout.
Yeah, I beat them.
Which you did.
Yeah, David's the driver. He's not here yet. Oh. Yep. Just ran to church, ran back. Didn't like the worship. Beautiful church. And the pastor was alright. It was, all the kids were there, so it was, you know, more childish preaching, but it was fine. So far, I think my favorite is Grace Baptist. Second, followed by Redwood. And third, I think this. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll maybe try one more, and then maybe I'll just go to Grace Baptist now. I'm not sure.
I like the subtle stripes. Like, there are stripes, but they're kind of hard to see.
I like the lighter paws. So cute. Alright, I just spent let's see, it's 3 o'clock now. I'm gonna go do math, but I just spent the last I guess it's been 3 hours finishing my drawing. So I've got all my pieces now, but I have not created the support, what's supporting everything. So I gotta figure out how to do that. And I'm so worried about cost. It's absolutely insane. This next week is going to be the largest workload out of the whole year. So not only do we have an essay that we have to finish for writing this week, of course it landed with everything else, and Theo now, because they're not giving us any work over Thanksgiving, they have double the amount of lecture videos in reading of Exodus and Leviticus, in addition to quizzes and discussions on all of that. Then I've got to finish this engine design, and Wednesday we've got our first exam for math. Oh, let's see if there's anything else I'm forgetting. Okay, personhood, hopefully they don't throw anything out of this. Jazz ensemble, and then choir. I might just miss a choir rehearsal or something if I really don't think I'm gonna, I don't know. So tonight, taking a break from engineering because I gotta review all the problems on the math homework to remember if I get the stuff. Then I'm gonna finish engineering, and then I'm gonna watch the 2 hour, maybe an hour and a half worth of videos, and hopefully get that all done by 2:30 a.m. where I'm gonna be like, yep, Zayd, it's time to go to bed. If I don't get it by then, I don't know what I should do. Like this, all these separate would be manageable, but the fact that every class, it's not even finals week where at least they don't give you work and they're just like, okay, study. Like, no, there's just assignment after assignment after assignment. Everyone's like, okay, this is the week that's going to have the most stuff. Don't worry, every other week will be fine. Well, that's fine. But if everyone does that, then we're going to all die. Well, I'll show you what I got for, here, let me switch real quick. This is what I have for my bill of materials so far. I've only got 2 materials listed, and I'm at $8. So this ain't good. And I haven't even done like the expensive parts. So yep, I am worried. This is such a good feeling. I'm not done with it yet, but I've done majority of everything except the flywheel, which will be the most expensive part. But it all comes down to $16 and $30 is the cap. I can go up from this. I actually can. This is amazing. Thank you, Jesus. Now I'm gonna go pee. Alright, here's the update. I've only got one last drawing to do, but I'm starting to feel my brain die out, so I'm gonna save that tomorrow. I've got the top down view of my whole engine to scale down, but I still need to do a front and side view. And then I've got all my cost down. The only thing, what I've got for highlights is green is I can increase that if I want to. Red is I should look into maybe decreasing how many items I use. Yellows, I'm not sure the price. Orange is like, you're going to look back at this, you just skip it for now. And red means I can take, well, I don't need to explain that. But now, if I go down the price of everything, right now the total is $24. And I have not, if you go down to the flywheel weights, it's all in orange because I have not yet decided how much money is going to go towards that. I think I'm going to put, as soon as I'm done finishing this last piece tomorrow, I'm going to put all my money except for maybe a $2 buffer into my flywheel, and we'll see how that goes. And actually, I could always take off a piece maybe from the flywheel if I needed to put that money elsewhere. So I'm gonna go take my contacts out and then do maybe an hour of watching just these dumb videos for Theo, take notes, and then go to bed.